Bryan Mills, a former CIA operative with a particular set of skills, is enjoying a period of relative peace in Los Angeles. He has rebuilt a strong relationship with his daughter Kim, who is now in college, and has even re-established friendly ties with his ex-wife, Lenore. However, Lenore is troubled. Her marriage to wealthy businessman Stuart St. John is crumbling, and she confides in Bryan about her unhappiness. Though she hints at rekindling their past relationship, Bryan urges her to resolve things with Stuart first. One morning, Bryan receives a text from Lenore asking to meet him at his apartment. When he arrives, he is horrified to find her lifeless body on his bed, her throat slit. Before he can process the shock, the LAPD bursts in, guns drawn. Realizing he has been framed, Bryan relies on his instincts and training, quickly disarming the officers and escaping through a hidden exit. Now a fugitive, he becomes the prime suspect in Lenore's murder, with Inspector Frank Dotzler, Forrest Whitaker, a relentless and methodical detective, leading the manhunt. Bryan immediately goes underground, utilizing his CIA skills to evade capture while working to clear his name. He secretly contacts his old team, trusted former CIA operatives, who help him analyze the crime scene data, revealing inconsistencies in the police report. At the same time, Bryan warns Kim to be extra cautious, as he suspects that whoever framed him may target her next. Digging deeper, Bryan discovers that Lenore's husband, Stuart, is deeply involved in shady business dealings. Stuart had borrowed a massive sum of money from a ruthless Russian mobster, Oleg Malenkov, Sam Spruell, but was unable to repay his debts. To save himself, Stuart devised a deadly plan. He arranged Lenore's murder and framed Bryan, knowing that the police would be too distracted chasing him to investigate the real mastermind. As Bryan uncovers the truth, the LAPD closes in on him, forcing him to stay one step ahead. He uses decoy tactics, surveillance cameras, and advanced hacking techniques to mislead the authorities while gathering crucial evidence. Meanwhile, Inspector Dotzler, despite being determined to catch Bryan, begins to suspect that something isn't adding up. Bryan tracks down Malenkov's heavily fortified penthouse, breaking in under the cover of darkness. He methodically takes out Malenkov's guards before confronting the mob boss himself. A brutal hand-to-hand fight ensues, showcasing Bryan's elite combat skills. Despite Malenkov's raw strength, Bryan gains the upper hand and fatally wounds him. Before dying, Malenkov confirms Stuart's betrayal, admitting that Stuart manipulated everyone to cover his tracks. With this revelation, Bryan turns his focus to rescuing Kim, who has been kidnapped by Stuart in a desperate move to escape the situation. Stuart plans to flee the country and use Kim as leverage, knowing that Bryan would never let harm come to his daughter. A high-speed pursuit leads to a dramatic showdown at an airport, where Bryan intercepts Stuart just before he can board a private jet. In a final confrontation, Bryan systematically dismantles Stuart's escape plan, taking down his bodyguards and disabling his plane. Stuart, realizing he has no way out, begs for mercy. Instead, Bryan beats him into submission and leaves him alive for the authorities to arrest. Inspector Dotzler arrives just in time to witness the scene, finally accepting Bryan's innocence. With the truth exposed, Stuart is taken into custody and Bryan is cleared of all charges. In the aftermath, Kim, now safe, tearfully thanks her father. She also reveals that she is pregnant, giving Bryan a new purpose in life. As she prepares for this new chapter, Bryan promises to always be there for her, signaling the end of his long and violent journey. Thank you for watching. Follow for more movie breakdown like this.